Today, we are going to present about Risk Assessment Report Malaysian Tech Solution. We are from Group 35, TC2L, and my name is Yu Jin. My teammate is Sak Jia Yan, Wong Hui Yee, and Winson, Khor Kang. Now I'm going to go through about the overview of Malaysian Tech Solution. Malaysian Tech Solution is a leading technology provider offering innovative solutions across various sectors. This risk assessment was conducted to identify and mitigate potential cybersecurity and threats to their critical digital asset, ensuring business continuities and data integrities. We have analyzed four digital assets in our research, which is cloud infrastructures, internal office network, customer web portals, and one more is employee endpoints. Now, we're going to talk about the cloud infrastructures asset. Cloud infrastructures present a critical vulnerabilities that could lead to significant data breach and service disruptions. We have 5 incidents here that's about the cloud infrastructures. The first one is about the Azure PostgreSQL privilege escalation. This is about a hackers could exploit a weakness in Azure PostgreSQL service to gain a higher access level. This allowing them to control sensitive cloud data. And next one is about the Citrix ADC remote code execution. This enables attackers can remotely run malicious code on Citrix device, giving them a way to enter the company's cloud network and potentially launch a wider attack. And the third one is the Aperture Superset secret key exposure. This is due to the weakness of configurations, an attacker could take over the data dashboard, view sensitive business data, or access connected cloud database. Last but not least is about the ADC certificate misuse. This a flaw in the certificate system let attackers create a fake admin certificate. This giving them a full access to the hybrid cloud environment. And the last one incident is about the RCE in the Azure Virtual Desktop in the MSHTML. This is a malicious content that can exploit a browser component in the virtual desktop. This allowing the attackers to run programs and steal data from the remote user. That's all about the 5 incidents of the cloud infrastructure's vulnerabilities. Now I'm going to talk about the risk summary. The assessment identifies several critical and high severity risks within the cloud environments requiring immediate attention. Now, in terms of severity, 60% of these, the remaining 40% categories is categorized as high risk. These are not just hypothetical threats. They are reflect real-world attack vectors being actively exploited today. So, what's our call to action? Immediate patching of all identified CVE, tightening access controls, and reinforced certificate and endpoint security are essential steps we must take to strengthen our defense posture. This proactive approach ensures not just compliance, but resilience against the evolving threat landscape. This risk necessity prompts mitigate actions include patchings and access control improvements. That's all about our cloud infrastructure risk. Now I'm going to pass to my teammates to present about the next assess. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Winson Khor and my student ID is 121 I am responsible for the company's internal office network, and after analyzing the network configuration, I found that the company has some vulnerabilities that pose risk to the company. So for the first VPN server, does not have the two-factor authentication or the multi-factor authentication for it. So this may lead to unauthorized remote access by attackers through reverse cracking accounts, especially those accounts are weak in the password and no login registration. So, and about the HR server, they are not editing or overly promising access for it, for the user, for the employee, or else something that this may lead, they may cause the data to leak, and especially the data is unencrypted. And about the Wi-Fi network, they didn't set any segmentation for the network, so it may cause the hacker can inflict the server by the internal network. And for the employee device, they didn't have any protection for the endpoint. So actually, if the employee device get any virus from the phishing email or something, the virus may be spread to the internal server from the employee device. And lastly, about the backup strategy, there are not any planning about the backup strategy in this company. So when the this failure, they will lost many data for it, and it will cost maybe like lost many customer resource or something like that. And beside that, if after have the backup strategy, that you need must do the backup testing. So this is my advice for the vulnerability or the treatment. So for the VPN, I suggest to enable the two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. And you also can list IP whitelisting so that you can check the IP who have access. And for the HR server, in my opinion, you can tighten the Active Directory permission and implement the access login so that you can check who has logged in or access the server. And the most important thing is must encrypt the data. Uh, And for the Wi-Fi network, so you must isolate the network and I'll separate the network something for the for the guest of customer, so you can create a restrict guest network or customer network for them. So like a hacker cannot access the internal network by using the guest network. Yeah. So for the employee device, I think deploy the DI is the best choice for them. And for the employee, I think can start the phishing awareness training and no backup strategy. So I hope that they can start the automate or and off-site backups and when it's run, remember to test it.
Hello everyone, my name is Wong Hui Yee. I am presenting about the customer web broker. For the common vulnerability, first one is the CVE 20243400. It allows an identical command injection leading to root level code execution and system compromise. For the CVE 20234966, it enables attacker to steal section token and gain unauthorized access. For the CVE 20233436, the SQL injection allows data access and potential admin privilege escalation. For the CVE 20222963, it crafts HTTP request enable remove code execution where unsafe input handling. For the CVE 20233249, it let a malicious web content can execute code on device. For the rights treatment, the customer web broker is a high-value target for attacker with several critical vulnerabilities identified. For the first CVE, we can upgrade PAN-OS, enable relevant street ID, and isolate from untrusted network. For the second CVE, we can patch, enforce MFA, invalidate section, and monitor for unusual activity. For the third CVE, we can upgrade, apply WAF rule, limit folder access, and audit system log. For the fourth CVE, we can patch, sanitize input, apply WAF protection, and validate expression. For the last CVE, we can upgrade Apple device, enforce upgrade, restrict unpatched access, and train user. For the implementation plan, we got 5 steps. Step 1 is apply patch immediately. We can focus on the critical CVE. For example, 20243400, 20234966, 20233436, and 20222963. We can deploy upgrade using MDM or endpoint tools for this CVE. Step 2, we can strengthen network and application. We can use WAF for public-facing system and can temporarily cut external access to explore platform. Step 3, control access and section. We can remove active tokens, require MFA, limit section duration, and restrict by region. For the step 4, we can enable logging and review activity. For example, we can track irregular behavior and log access attempts. And also we can review log regularly for affected assets. For the last step, we can raise user awareness and enforce access rules. We can warn users to avoid unknown links or untrusted sites, or block unpatched Apple device from sensitive environments. That's all for the vulnerability treatment and implementation for customer web broker. Thank
Good
you.
evening, madam. My name is Sak Jia Yan, and now I will presenting Asset 4. Asset 4 focuses on the security of employee endpoints, which refer to the devices used by employees for remote access, including both corporate and personal devices. These devices are often used during travel, which makes them highly vulnerable due to their mobility, and the diversity of configuration. There are several vulnerabilities identified within employees' endpoints that we need to address. The first one is CVE 2023-35078. This is a critical vulnerability that allows attackers to execute remote code on the device, gaining full control over it. The second one is CVE 2024-23456. This is a high risk where improper input validation could give unauthorized user access to sensitive data or systems. The third one is CVE 2023-21273. This is a high vulnerability could lead to unauthorized access and the data theft or manipulation. The fourth one is CVE 2023-22756. This is a critical risk where a sandbox escape allows attackers to run arbitrary code on the device. The last one is CVE 2024-44556. This is another critical issues that allows remote code execution, enabling attackers to take control of the device. So now we talk about the risk severity. These vulnerabilities are categorized as ranging from high to critical severity. If exploited, they can lead to unauthorized access, data breach, and even complete system compromise, affecting not only the individual devices but potentially spreading to the entire network. Now we talk about the risk treatment. The risk treatment for securing employee endpoints involves a combination of proactive and reactive measures. First, mitigation strategies focus on regularly patching devices to fix non-vulnerabilities, deploying robust endpoint protection software to detect and block potential threats, and restricting device access to only authorized users or networks. To enhance detection and monitoring, continuous surveillance of employee devices is essential to identify any unusual or unauthorized activity, such as suspicious logins or data access attempt. Additionally, monitoring tools should be used to track device health and ensure that they are operating securely. In case of an incident, recovery procedures should be in place, including incident response plans to swiftly contain any breaches, restoring devices from secure backups, and verifying that no further unauthorized access has occurred. These combined efforts help reduce the likelihood and impact of security incidents while ensuring a prompt response when issues arise. So, in conclusion, employee endpoints represent a critical asset for any organization. It is essential to ensure they are properly secured through regular updates, monitorings, and user education to prevent data breaches and maintain a secure environment.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the countermeasures and implementation plan. This plan addresses cybersecurity risk assess, MTS infrastructures including cloud platform, office network, web portals, and employees' endpoints. The primary objective of these plans is to prevent remote code execution and privilege escalation, and secure access controls at endpoint device. And one more is strengthens data recovery and network segmentation. Okay, here's our countermeasures by asset. The first asset we're going to talk about is the cloud infrastructure. The key measure is fixed privilege escalation, secure dashboard, harden ADCs and block remote code execution in Azure and Citrix Superset and virtual desktop. And for the internal office network is strengthen VPN access, secure HR system, isolate network segments, and protect endpoints with EDR, and ensure offsite backup for the financial data. And the third one is customer web portals. We have to patch the pen OS, Strix, move in, and Spring to stop code execution, sessions hijacking, and SQL SPEL injection, and foster secure app access. And the last one is about the employees' endpoints. We have to patch Inventis, Zscalers, Android, Linux, and Router to block privilege escalation, RCEs, and tampering on users and network device. So for the monitoring and summaries about that plans, ongoing assurance is threat detection across cloud, app, and VPN logs, staff training on secure practice, monthly audits and endpoint scan reports, and backup the strategy validation. That's all about the cultivation and implementation plan. I'm going to pass to my teammate to talk about the conclusion. Okay, thank you.
We have seen that MTS face significant cybersecurity risks across its critical digital asset, especially within cloud infrastructure and the customer web portal. The findings highlight the urgent needs for enhanced security measures to protect sensitive data and ensure operational integrity. To address these vulnerabilities, we must take proactive actions, including continuous 24 hours per week monitoring to detect and respond to threats in real time, as well as establish a strict patching schedule for all systems to address vulnerabilities promptly. Along with patching, we need to ensure robust access control to limit unauthorized access to these critical assets. Additionally, recovery procedures must be implemented so we are prepared to quickly recover from any cybersecurity incident. Another crucial measure is to provide regular employee training on best cybersecurity practices, especially to combat phishing attacks and ensure secure browsing habits. By following these steps, including regular security audits, MTS will strengthen its defenses, stay ahead of potential threats, and ensure the resilience of its system moving forward. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.